Hello everyone, today I wanted to do some second impressions. So it's just going to be like a chit chat, get ready with me with some second impressions. For example, you know, I've been wanting to retry this. I did a first impression on this, I'll link it below. It's the Be Perfect Chroma cover. I want to try it with a different primer. I want to try it set more heavily. We're gonna do full beat glam, like full coverage. I want to try it with like setting spray and stuff. I want to see how it goes. I want to try the stuff again, the Easy Bake Snatch powder with less this time. Might try like a couple of new things, a couple of favorite things. Get ready with me vibes. I'm wearing a statement ring for the first time in years. I don't know, I'm kind of vibing the statement rings, and since I still don't fit my engagement and wedding band, my hands have just not gone back after having a baby, like whatsoever. They're literally just like pregnancy swollen forever. To be honest, like my mum and my nana's hands did that too and never went away, so maybe it's just my life now. I think I probably need to commit to like resizing my wedding band and everything. I'm just like really sad about it, and like I always get scared when I have to resize rings. I'm like, oh god, is it gonna get damaged or something? I don't know, I miss wearing it so bad though. I was gonna try the LYS primer again, but in my last video, well, not my last video, in my LYS foundation review, I'll link it below as well if you want to watch it, people were saying that the primer kind of sucked, and I don't really want to use a primer that kind of sucks when I'm reusing this, so I'll just use a primer I really like. Might even go in with my Dior Universal, the little like shimmery primer stuff. Let's tip some of her on. Literally no one cares, but oh my gosh, I was so excited. I went and had a look at my tomato plants and they've got little like baby tomatoes on them, like little teeny tiny, like they've actually worked. Do any of you guys like gardening, or am I talking to people that just don't give a shit? On my vlog channel I've been talking about it a lot, and some people are like, I don't care, and then other people are like living for the content. Oh my gosh, can we just talk about how beautiful that made my skin look? I feel like I'm always using my MCO Beauty or my Charlotte Tilbury, you know, the flawless filter type products, but this is a really nice one too. It's so lightweight. I feel like I've had the same tube forever and it's like got so much left. Do you know what, I kind of want to put some on my body too, because you can use it on your body. I think I'll put it directly on the brush, which usually is a no-no, but I just don't want it to go on my top. Man, it looks so good. Before I go on with the foundation, I'm going to spray a little bit of my Naked Sundays Hydrating Glow Mist SPF 50+. Honestly, the drink concoctions I've got right now, green juice and a little coffee from the little cart down the road. Right, we've got the colour N3 and I've got a sponge here. I'm going to do 2 pumps to start. So yeah, we'll just start with this much. This is a flat edge sponge by XL Beauty. Colour looks amazing with the fake tan. Last time I felt like it oxidized a little bit, and yeah, some people confirm, they're like, yeah, I think it does oxidize a little bit, but they still thought it was like better, like I said, I was like, I feel like I can make it work better, and people were like, yeah, I think you can, like you just have to use certain things, and you know, sometimes that's annoying with a foundation, like you just want it to work without effort, but it is what it is. The foundation is going to be amazing and flawless and beautiful, and I just have to put in a little bit of extra work. I can deal with that, you know. It's like the LYS one, it looked quite nice like after a bit of work, but there's a lot of mixed reviews on that one. Oh my gosh, I have to be careful again of like getting foundation in my hair because it's so blonde around my roots. I'm taking a whole nother pump. Gonna make sure to blend it really well down my neck so that if it does oxidize, you know, it's not gonna look like a mask. The fact that like when I was a teenager we all walked around with like a hard out orange line on our jaw, I remember my mum being in the car, dropping me off to school. She'd be like, Shannon, you need to blend down your neck. And I used to get so shitty. Why? Typical teenager, raging teenager. She was like, Shannon, you need to blend down your neck. And I was like, I know, leave me alone. Teenagers are so dramatic. Probably didn't though, probably didn't even listen. Probably just still went to school looking like a fool with my mask foundation, bright orange, flaky, drying, concealer lips, dark eyeliner on the bottom waterline only. Nothing on the top. That wasn't a thing, it was only the bottom. I just think it's hilarious. And these days teenagers literally go from being like fetus to full glam, beautiful, amazing dance moves, amazing perfect flawless makeup and hair. Like, where's your half red, half blonde hair? Where's your half red, half black hair? Where are your thick, chunky highlights? Where's your blue eyeshadow? Where is your hair gel that comes in a huge tub with your slut strands hanging down? Although those kind of are in fashion again. All right, that looks so flawless, beautiful. We'll conceal And then I'm gonna like set it with like full coverage powder too. Let's give another go to the Kylie concealer. Second impression on the Kylie concealer. I did actually like it the first time though. This colour 3C for under my eyes, I quite liked that. It was like the perfect amount of like brightening. So just applying that where I'm the darkest. A little bit here to lift my face. I don't know where the other one is that I kept the darker colour for around my nose and everything, so I'm going to go in with the Glam Complexion Boost Concealer in Nude. I've been using this a lot. Just giving myself a bit of extra coverage since we're going full glam today. I don't know, I've just been craving a little bit of like a super full coverage moment. Don't ask me why. Let's stipple this out. Actually, I want to try the brush that comes with the Kylie concealer. I saw Jordan Lipscomb say that she really liked this brush. It's super cute to look at. Real, I don't know, like the handle's so thin. It's like a little like tiny brush. Like, look, this is a pencil brush. It's like the same. And then it's like this tiny little triangle. I feel like other brands have done brushes this shape, but don't ask me who. It's nice density actually. It's like flexible where it's moving, but it's not too, yeah, it's like the perfect amount. It's not too soft, not too hard in the way it like flexes. I need a mirror close to me. Still have not got my eyes tested. Like in denial. My eyesight's actually fine. Like I know for a fact that I'd still be able to drive without like my glasses and stuff. But I just got used to having perfect vision when I got my LASIK for ages, and then it slowly got a little bit worse. And then yeah, the pregnancy just like settled it for me. My eyesight just got so much worse when I was pregnant. It's such a random thing that apparently happens to a lot of people. I don't actually know how I could handle being pregnant again. I had like a nice pregnancy though, but my skin is so stretched out. I'm like, surely if I ever had another baby, my skin would like rip open and all of my insides would just fall out because it's like so stretched. Like genuinely, I think if I wanted to get rid of this pouch at this point, I'd have to have like, what's it called, a tummy tuck to like cut all of the skin and like strap it back up again, because the skin is like covered in such deep stretch marks. Like I touch it and I can feel every single one, even though they look way better now. I can still feel them, and the skin just feels so like delicate. Like freaks me out. Has anyone else had real bad stretch marks like me and then had another baby? Like what happened? Was it okay? Or like, you know, I don't know if I'm like paranoid. I'm not having another baby anyways, but you know, I'm just like real curious as to how that works. And I don't even care about the stretch marks. I'm like, stretch marks, whatever. But the fact that like I basically would never be able to get rid of this pouch no matter what I do unless I got surgery is kind of annoying, because I don't really want to pay for surgery. Well, I'm not against surgery, I'd do it. I'd go tomorrow. But I just don't want to pay for that, you know? Like, there's so many other things I'd rather spend my money on. And I feel like I don't want to wear like certain like bottoms, you know, because I'm like, oh, I just don't like how the skin looks. Like you can see the shape underneath, and then like Spanx are uncomfortable and I get too hot in Spanx. Like I don't vibe Spanx. Maybe I need to get some of those Kim K bodysuits. I've got lash glue in my lash. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a loose powder, and then we'll use the brightening powder like at the end. So I'll use it the way I would normally use the KKW beauty powder, because I mentioned that it's like a dupe basically for this. You can't get this anymore. So I might use my Glam Insta Ready face and under eye setting powder duo. So I'll use this one, which is the face one. But who's using pink all over their face? Struggling to find things. Porter keeps coming in here and like taking all my sponges, brushes and things like that. He just loves playing with them, and I just let him because I don't care. But then sometimes I come to film and I'm like, where the heck is all my stuff? Just sitting there. I'm not too worried about packing it on and like properly baking. It's just to like set. Oh, this powder is so pretty. Look how beautiful that looks. Obviously I could blend it better, but we're gonna be putting on face powder, so it doesn't matter. The only thing I don't like about it is it's kind of messy. Like it kind of goes over the edges, so when you shut it, powder just, you know, goes everywhere. It literally like removes my pores though. Look, you can see like the line where the liquid is versus where the powder's set. Like, isn't that unreal? Look, the pores just like start and stop. Old trusty Studio Fix powder by MAC. This is NC20, and I'm gonna use a big powder brush, and we're gonna do what I used to do back in the day, because I've not done this in probably like years. Pressing this over my whole face. This feels illegal. Ever since like the clean girl era of makeup, like I I don't really set my foundation this hard out. Like if I do, it's like a really light dusting, but we're pressing this in today. I'm probably gonna fall in love with the way this looks all over again though, and then I'll want to do it every day again, but that's fine. I do feel like the foundation itself looks a little bit extra cakey, like around like here and here. Still wearable, but yeah, it's like obviously like a heavier feeling foundation. Now I'm going to bronze, blush, and do the brightening. We'll do some cool eyeshadow as well. Oh, perfect chance to do a second impression on this, because remember how I was talking about that stand-up shade? Look at this. It's the most beautiful color I've ever seen in my life, and I need to do a look with it. So we're doing that today, I've decided. If you're wondering what all this red is, same. Brand new. Should we try this? Kylie. Oh, have I used it one time? I feel like maybe I've swatched it, either swatched it or used it, I don't know. It's the shade Khaki. Looks like it could be a really good color. Medium face brush is one of my favorites for bronzer. Yeah, I feel like that color is like the perfect subtle bronzer color. Contour a little bit with it, and then buff it up over the nose, of course. I feel so matte right now. I definitely need glow. I do like a glowy bronzer normally. This is very matte. I feel like I may have put way too much on. Oh well. For blush, let's do some lavender. This is Lavender and Posy by XO Beauty. I'm thinking of the lilac. Don't know if this really goes with like my top, but I know it looks like real crazy right now, but we're going to be using the under eye brightener, and I'm planning on like blending that into the blush. So trust the process. Oops, I did too much. Oh, it's fine. Trust the process. They're very pigmented, and I kind of got carried away because I feel like I was loading on the bronzer. I got in the habit, and now pretty color, right? But whoops. Now I'm going to go in with a small face brush with our Easy Bake and Snatch, but I think I'll take the pink shade. This is Cupcake, which I used already last time, and it worked very well. It was very brightening, but I want to kind of do the pinky under eye to blend with that blush. Secured. So this is Cherry Blossom Cake. I still want to do a ASMR. So you can use a powder puff if you want to really pack it on, but that doesn't work well for me lately. My makeup oxidized yet? A little bit. I feel like it's not as bad though because I've set it properly. So this is how I use the KKW one, but I feel like I have to load up the brush with the KKW, whereas this one I feel like is more pigmented. I keep tapping into it. I need to stop. Okay, so I'm just going to start blending this over the edges of where the blush is. Oh, that works so well just to help blend. Almost putting it where I'd highlight, right? And then kind of buff it right under the eyes. Buff, buff, buff. Really gently, because I don't want to like disturb anything, although it's set very well, so it shouldn't. I'll just show you like one side versus the other so you can kind of see what I mean. Like when I just used a powder puff and like set my concealer with it, it really gripped it and it looked like almost too bright. But hey, if you like that look, then power to you. Sometimes I kind of like it, but I don't know, it was just a bit much. You see the difference? It also helped to like color correct a little bit. This eye looks a little bit darker underneath. This one's like much brighter. And then the blush, it just like transitions so nicely. It's toned down the blush a little bit. It looks so pretty. Whereas this side, the blush kind of just ends and then the under eye starts, and it's not, you know, a nice gradient. This side it's gradient. This side, you know, it's just a bit more dull. You can just chuck on your highlighter and be good to go. But this is just like an extra step that kind of makes it look way more blended and bright and just lovely. So I'll just do the other eye now. Just blend, blend, blend. Or like with your little sponge, just taking it on the tip and then brightening right in there. Almost reminds me of my old Well Rested I used to adore, and like Summer Bisque. Rest in peace. Oh, that looks so good. I love this stuff. Oh, and if you want a dupe, this Glam one is a dupe. And I'm using this as a setting spray just because it helps to give me like a really like almost oily glow, which I kind of love. Oh my gosh, this morning I had some breakfast. I'm not a breakfast person. The only time I've ever stuck to having breakfast properly was when I was postpartum and breastfeeding, because I had to, because I was so hungry. Even as a kid, I wasn't a huge breakfast person. When I lived with my nana and granddad, they made me have breakfast. That's probably the only time in my life I can remember being a breakfasty person. This morning I had avocado on toast, but I only used a little bit of avocado, and then I used cottage cheese, so that was the base, and then sliced tomatoes, salt and pepper, and then some fresh dill out of my garden, quite a bit of fresh dill. And let me tell you, it was so delicious. I just had like one slice and it was very filling because of, I guess, like the avocado and the cottage cheese. Normally I just do avocado and it's like filling enough, but the cottage cheese makes it like quite hearty, like a very filling, satiating kind of meal. Brows. I want to use the Danessa Myricks palette again. This one here, the Groundwork Defining Neutrals, but I want to use a different color. I think I want to do something a little bit darker to see how that looks now. So let's do maybe Desert, which is this one here. Is that going to be too warm? Maybe mixed with Chiseled, which is the color I used last time. We'll do both. I don't know if that's quite right either, but by the way guys, I've been vlogging a lot. If you've been missing the vlogs, I've uploaded a few new ones. My channel is just Shaaanxo vlogs. It's linked down below, but if you just search Shaaanxo vlogs, it'll come up anyway. So if you love extra chill videos where I'm literally just yarning about, you know, what I'm cooking, what I'm eating, Porter's antics, bit of gardening, stuff around the house, it's like very chill, like chill vibes. And then I'm going to use a darker brow gel. This is the Maybelline Brow Fast Sculpt medium brown. It's the color I always used before my hair was blonder, but I just want to see how I look with blonde hair and darker brows. This brow gel is real good. I still like the darker brows. They're probably not everyone's cup of tea, but I don't mind how that looks. How pretty is it that like a very lilac lavender toned blush can look so pretty on the cheek? And these things like last all day too. We're gonna go in with the Pretty Grunge. I'm not gonna bother with any primer. We're gonna use Rise Up. So same with this palette, the reason it's nice is it's like grungy colors. Oh my, I've literally got like a monobrow right now. It's, yeah, those grungy silvers and blacks, but it's still got like a few colors that make it usable just day to day, every day as well. It's not like a special palette that you're only going to whip out every now and then unless you like blacks and silvers on a daily basis, which some people do. But you know, if you're not that person like myself, then some palettes, like I'd be like, I'd reach for that once a year or something like that, you know what I mean? And it's just pointless. This one has so many colors that I'd still use a lot, like some mauvey kind of tones, and yeah, like this one is really nice. It's like, it's not like warm, but it's not like grey. I guess it's just like the perfect neutral, you know? I was like very unprepared for how much I would love this palette. The only thing is with a lot of the colors you get quite a lot of fallout, so probably should have done my eye makeup before my base. I said that in my video too. I was like, make sure you use this before you do your you know, the rest of your makeup. And I didn't even listen to myself. That's the only con for me with this palette. If fallout is a breaker, like deal breaker for you, fair enough, but for me, like if I know it's gonna fall out, you know, when I actually use my brain, I would just put it on before the rest of my makeup so I could clean it up. Probably depends which shades you use as well. Like those very foily ones kind of fall out a lot. I think that's why I do prefer like the fingers with them, because then you can kind of like press the product real, like press it into your eyes rather than a brush, which kind of like drops it, you know. But sometimes it's annoying having to use your fingers because, you know, you can't get into the little areas that you want to. So let's see how this goes, fingers crossed. So I'm going to take an eyeshadow brush. Let's use Huda Beauty's one. This color itself is more of like a creamy shimmer, like not a cream eyeshadow, but like that creamy shimmer kind of texture. It's not as like foiled looking, so I'm hoping, yeah, we won't get as much fallout with this one. But like, oh my god, that color, so satisfying and stunning. Look at that. Are you joking? That color. I feel like this is like my current favorite eyeshadow, and I don't usually have, well actually before this it was like my terracotta palette, you know, my terracotta matte eyeshadows. This is like my favorite shimmer right now, 100%. I'm just going to kind of blend that over. Do the other eye. Are you watching this? Pay attention please. Oh, this color is just incredible. Or when you apply too much it makes your eyelids look kind of wrinkly. Whoops. I'm going to take my blending brush again and take a tiny bit of Hope. This stuff is so pigmented, so really trying to just get a little. I'm just going to blend that like on my lash line and then like outer corner. Not too much. Like this type of eye look is just perfection. Let's use a little bit of the heroin color to do the brow bone. I don't even know if I like this type of color. It's kind of too buttery colored for me, for my skin tone. Probably better for darker skin tones, but we're committing to the cause. We can do some highlighter. Someone said to me that this palette, which I've tried twice and still don't like it, they said you have to really get in there. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go in the middle one and I'm gonna like rub the living shit out of it with my finger and see if we can get any type of like glow happening. Because when I used it, it was just like a setting powder. It wasn't even like glowy. It looks so dull. I was like, I'm all for it if it's actually glowy, you know? Because I love a glowy highlighter, but I just felt like it wasn't even glowy. Let's swatch some. Like it just... This is a flop for me. And I love Tarte. Like literally, I love Tarte. But I don't get this. Has anyone else had this issue, or is this literally just me? Because I got sent a second one of these, but I don't really want to like open it. But I also am curious to see if this one's just faulty or something. Any ideas? I'm going to use Dust from my terracotta palette for my eyeliner today, because I feel like that'll look really nice with those colors. So just wetting it, just sprayed some water from my plant mister. Give it a swirl with a brush. This is the only clean brush I can find right now, which is an eye definer brush, so probably won't do a wing. Although I want to do a wing. Got some of these Tati lashes, so I'm probably just going to use a few of those like individually. Let's go in with the mascara from my last first impressions again, because I felt like I did like it in the end. The Falsies Surreal was just like, at first I was like, but as soon as I got more product on the brush and put it on, it was like amazing, immaculate. And this time I feel like you'll be able to see it better, because in that video my eye makeup was real heavy and I kind of want to try it with curling my lashes, so let's try it. This is the Maquillage, I don't know how to say it one. Ouch. Okay, this one gets way closer to the roots, I can tell you that much already. My other one, I felt like I could never get like as close to the root as I wanted. Oh yeah. My other one I think was Makeup Geek, and it does a good job still, but I just want to try a different one to see if like there were better ones. I feel like this one already can get way closer to the root. Mascara. Gorgeous. This is quite a dry formula, so I'm going to go straight in with coat number 2, because I can. It builds so quick. I have no idea if this is going to hold a curl. So you can actually see the results of the mascara now. Much better than in my last video where I used it, because my eyeshadow was so dark. I just felt a little bit of resistance and I totally thought I'd cut off my lashes. Oh, I overdid it on this side. Curled it too much. Okay, I feel like the curl is dropping like immediately with this mascara though. Like already it's like, yeah, those are just back to my normal curl. Whoops. Oh well, we tried. You see the glow my skin has too from the sunscreen spray? I do find you can look so greasy if you pair this up with like a glowy foundation. So matte foundation with this is like the perfect glow. Plus, you know, the foundation, this one is probably like, you know, really settling in, the powder on top settling in, so there's probably a little glow from this too. I don't know, I kind of love like just how my base has turned out, and I like how we've kind of learnt our lesson from previous videos on how to use certain products, so you know we can get the best results. Because sometimes first impressions, like it's exactly that, it's a first impression, and I always try to communicate that in my content, but sometimes I feel like people will write it off as like, that's the opinion, that's it. Whereas some products, like, sometimes they are crap when you first use them and you kind of have to learn, you know, the best way to apply them or whatever. So I'm always open to suggestions whenever I do those videos. If you guys like have any advice or, you know, ways that you like to use them or tricks or tips. Anyways, I'm going to pop on some of these lashes. I actually just don't know where any of my like lash applicators have gone. Time to clean this room again. Did you guys enjoy that video I did where I cleaned my beauty room? Let me know. I'll link it below. Do you know what I've decided? Like, people on YouTube are so like chill these days. And I kind of forgot what it was like, you know, back in the day. I forgot what YouTube was like back in the day. I mean, you had to be there and also probably had to be a creator to understand what I'm saying. But you know, sometimes I upload TikToks now and I'm like, oh, that's right. Because on TikTok, you get the most like feral people commenting the weirdest crap, or like taking what you say as gospel. And I'm like, oh, that's right. That's what YouTube used to be like. Like, you can't say anything without someone being like, actually. I'm like, okay, it's okay, it's fine. And it makes me laugh. It always makes me think of that, you know, that phenomenon, that bean soup, whatever happened, where someone like made this like bean soup and then someone's like, but what if I don't like beans? And they were like, well, don't make the soup. But people want to be all upset. You need to tell me what I can do if I don't like beans. It's like, why don't you just use your common sense? I made this TikTok on how to remove the backings of earrings, the little plastic bits, because for me, I find like my earrings don't like feel as like secure when I've got that plastic on. So I was like, this is how I remove them. And the amount of comments where people were like, no, you have to keep them on because it's for heavy earrings. I'm like, then why, like with earrings like this that are like literally not heavy, why is it on them? Why do I buy a pair of studs and it's got them? And then people are like, so that you don't get the butterfly lost inside your ear. And I'm like, fair. Like, obviously it's happened to some people, so I'm not saying it doesn't. But also, like, I don't know, it's never happened to me. Survivor's bias. I feel like back when I was like a teenager and, you know, kid, you know, because I had my ears pierced quite young. I don't know how old I was, probably like 7 or 8 or something. I swear back in the day there was never plastic on the back of the butterfly, and then people were like, it's to provide like lift. Like, I get it, like maybe it would make the earrings like a little bit more like up, but I just don't care enough. Like, and so I was like, this is how you can remove them. And the amount of people like getting angry at me for like showing people how to remove them, and it's like, if you don't want to remove them, don't remove them. People are like, they're there for a reason, and I'm like, cool, don't remove them then. Like, this is what I mean. It's just such a weird place to be, but it's kind of funny. And you can see how people go viral on TikTok because of all the arguments people have in the like comments. So I'm like, oh well, it's just gonna boost my video some more. Yeah, I find when I remove the plastic, like my earrings actually stay on. Otherwise I feel like they just slide off. What I'm talking about is like, you know, with earrings you have the butterfly, like the little metal piece, but they'll have like a piece of plastic connected. Just never, like, yeah, they never sit the same on my ear. I'm glad that I've never had that thing happen to me. People were like, oh, the butterfly goes inside your ear hole. And I was like, oh my God. Like, I've never known anyone, like, of that to happen to anyone. But there were like 3 people in that video saying that it happened to them. And I was like, that is wild. I'm surprised then it hasn't happened to me. Because I used to have stretched ears, fun fact, at high school. I wonder when stretched ears will be like back in fashion, guys. Like, if you're like my age, you know what that is. I feel like that's not a thing. But yeah, I used to have stretched ears at high school. And I feel like my ear holes are a little bit stretched, like you can see, like they're a little bit like oval, but it's not too bad. Like some people's like don't go back. Okay, I'm just doing 2 on each end. And I swear, like in the 90s, it wasn't a thing to have plastic on the butterflies, like you just had a butterfly, you know? So I don't know. Now I thought, I'm very inspired from my previous first impressions where I used the grunge blush, which is like a balm blush by Huda Beauty, and it gave me almost a highlighted look. So I thought I could layer, like try one of these new shades from the Glow Balm by Kylie, use it on my lips, but also use it on my cheeks. It just as a little extra blush, not like I really need it, but also just to like highlight and just see how it looks just over the cheek area. Because if it works out, it's gonna look absolutely gorgeous, and if it doesn't work out, I'm gonna ruin all my hard work. Oh, I better get rid of this mascara before I forget. Just like that, see? You just let it dry. I put aside one of these shades. It's like a wine color because I want to do the like very deep wine colored makeup trend. I love the packaging on these. They're so cute. So I'm gonna show you 3 shades. We're gonna pick one. We've got Mellow Berry, which I think is gonna be probably 2. I think I want like a light color. Mellow Berry. Way to Glow, which maybe. Or do we go all in? That's so bright though. Hot Pink. Kind of want to do this, but I really need to make sure it goes on sheer. That's it blended out a lot. It's actually quite pigmented. Let's give it a go. I'm literally going to take it on a powder puff and pick up a tiny amount. I don't actually know how glowy it's going to be because I'm using such a small amount. Yeah, I don't think it's going to give me the desired effect like the Huda Beauty one. The Huda Beauty one was unreal. That was in my previous full face first impressions. If you want to go check it out, it looked so beautiful, but I'm just going to apply a little bit of this now anyway, just to match. This colour looks so beautiful for like a peachier tone, but I just thought it wouldn't really go with the other colour I've already got on. We'll use this on the lips, so we'll keep it there. But I need a highlighter. We'll do the Chroma Fix. Chroma, oh my god, I've got hairs everywhere. This is the Chroma Zone Multi-Chrome Highlighter in Lucid by Glam. I'm just going to use a very small amount of this just over the cheek, and it's kind of like a pink reflect. And you know what, let's also pop some on my brow bone. I can't believe how quick that curl dropped. Crazy to me. Okay, I need some waterline eyeliner because my waterlines are pink. My holy grail has actually been the Emco one, but it's in my makeup bag upstairs. So we're gonna use this old Stila one, which is like discontinued. Tell me why my dog is in my vegetable garden again. Honestly, I swear to God, one day I'm gonna look out there and he's gonna be peeing on my vegetables. I have no idea if this lip pencil is going to go with the blush stuff we're going to put on, this stuff. This is for lips and cheek, by the way, but we're just going to see because I just want to like dab a little bit. I don't know. Did I even tell you the color of this? It's Amber by XO Beauty. It's such an unassuming shade, but on it's just stunning. Right, now we're going to take with our finger a little bit of the Kylie Hot Pink. It's spelled like this though, on our finger, and let's see how this goes with the lip pencil. I'm not too sure. Kind of love it actually. Like the colors don't match. I didn't want them to match though. I just wanted like an ombre effect, but they're kind of like very different, but in a way that looks purposeful. Does that make sense? I actually want some kind of pink on my lids. As much as I love the stand-up color, I just feel like we need a little bit of like something extra. Should we try out this? It's the Confetti by Danessa Myricks Infinite Chrome Flakes. Now, what's the best way to apply this? Oh, okay. It's kind of like, you know, like the ColourPop glitter gel type product. Now, this could ruin everything. I'm thinking just a little bit. It's very blue and pink and purple. I don't want it opaque, I'm trying to make it like sparing. Sparing, is that even a word by itself? Sparingly, sparing. That is so pretty. Festival vibes. It's like actual iridescent. Like it's pink, green, blue, purple. It genuinely looks like confetti. I thought that was just like a random shade name, but no, it looks like hundreds and thousands on my eyes. That's so cool. Getting to the point where like I just want to pack it on, but I shouldn't. Oh, that is so cool. I hope you can like kind of see the colors on camera. You probably won't ever be able to see this through the camera the same way I'm seeing this in real life, because it is just so cool. It's so sparkly and reflective. Like there's no way that this is going to be showing up correctly. There's just no way. On camera it just kind of looks like, I don't know, a normal silvery kind of vibe. Nah, in real life it is colourful. It is confetti. I'm literally obsessed with that. Oh my gosh, if you love glitter, you might have to splurge. I'll link it below. You're gonna have to trust me on that one, because yeah, you're just gonna think, oh yeah, it's just whatever, it's just a glitter. Nah, I love this makeup. We probably could have done something different with the lips, like more nude or something, but I don't know, it's just feeling the pink today. Foundation looks flawless. It still looks a little bit heavy. Like, I think it's just the nature of this foundation. It looks like foundation, you know, duh. It kind of, yeah, I can see it. It's like a little bit cakey, but nothing that I'm upset about. It's just like your typical heavy foundation type of finish on the skin when you look up close. I just think that under eye brightening powder, the way I've used it today, is just impeccable. It looks so good compared to when I just packed it on, you know. When I did my full face of Glam, I also did that. I applied way too much, and some people were like, how do you think that like that product's good? It looks like crap. Like, the product is good, you just have to use it. Like I used the Huda Beauty today, like it was user error. I said that in the video too. Like, you just kind of need to not apply too much. If you apply too much, it like gets out of control. It's better to use a less amount and build it up as you need it. Sometimes with those types of products, I think I just get really excited and I just like go all in, and then, you know, with makeup it's harder to like take it away. It's easier to build up, so I just need to chill out sometimes. But you know, and the glitter is a must-have. I have nothing else in my collection like this. On my eye through the camera, I just feel like it looks like other glitters I've got from Lit and you know, other brands and ColourPop and stuff, but I swear to you, in real life, like, I don't think I own anything this just multicolored. It's so beautiful, and like as you move it just changes color. It's so cool. It's like proper, like if you imagine an iridescent piece of paper but then cut up into a million pieces, like that's what it looks like on my eye. Anyway, I'm gonna stop rambling. I hope you guys enjoyed this chit chat get ready with me today. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, leave me a comment. It really helps. The amount of people that are subscribed to me but don't even get my videos in their friggin' pages because of the stupid algorithm. That's the one good thing about TikTok. People were like, oh, wait, like I haven't seen your videos on my page in so long, and then they go watch them and they're like, why aren't they showing up? I'm the same. And I swear, like on TikTok and YouTube and stuff, like I follow, and Instagram actually, I follow so many people, but I only see like, I don't know, 20 people's worth of content on my like following pages and subscription boxes and stuff. Like chooses a few people, or like the most recent people I follow, and then other people I follow, I don't see it. And I'm like, I'm following them, you stupid app. Show me their stuff. It makes no sense to me. I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Bye bye.